Hey everybody, it came up because of the videos talking about licenses that people said, oh, because you're my license, all I've got is a full motorcycle license, no car license. Like, hey, your license is empty. And I'm like, well, it's got everything I need it to have. And I do get that question quite regularly of like, aren't you ever going to get a car license? It's like, well, why? Why would I need to do that? 15 odd years now, I've been riding on the road, and yeah, okay, there's the occasional time you need a car, but you just find a car for that occasion. It makes no sense to run a car, an entire car, for a year. Insurance, MOT, all of that stuff, upkeep, for maybe what, 2 or 3 trips a year that you absolutely need it? I mean, here's a prime example. Want to take 24 cans of Coke on your bike? Single strap, all you need. In this roll top bag, I've got food for a couple of days, and all the stuff I need to make lasagna. And there is a jacket in there, like a light winter jacket that I just got because I haven't got one and I keep getting soaking wet. This is the only issue though. It's the backpack gets a little bit in the way when you combine it with 24 Cokes. As long as I get my backpack in the right place, I can actually rest it on top of the box of 24 Cokes, and then I don't have to take the weight of it, it more just leans on me. I still don't see a reason for me to ever get a car. I just don't need one. You know, me and Reno, we don't need a lot of stuff. I can get stuff locally generally. I can't recently because our local shop is absolutely useless. I could rant. I did rant. I made a whole video ranting about Tesco's as a company. But something went wrong with that video, and I was like, well, I'm not going to redo it because it didn't have the emotion of the time. But just to explain how frustrating our local Tesco's can be, it's a very, very, very petty point. They only sell white lasagna sauce. They don't sell the red one. What is the point? What is the point of selling one if you don't have the other? And you point it out to them, and they're like, yeah, there's nothing we can do about that. We literally have no control of ordering anything at all. And I'm like, oh, great. So I have to come up here, and then I see on the backs of the coats of the people working there. Tesco's does more than anyone else to help the customers. Liars. You do more than anyone to pollute the world and destroy local economies. I'm getting into the rant. I'm not doing it. If you want that video, ask. To some people, the idea of going through the entire winter on a bike, getting wet, cold, you know, anything like that, it just is beyond comprehension. Like, I couldn't. How could you possibly do that? You dissolve. Well, thankfully I'm not made of salt, so I don't melt in the rain. And yeah, you get cold, but it's part of being on a bike, isn't it? It's part of the experience to be in the rain, to be in the wind, to be exposed. And then when it comes to days like today, I mean, yeah, it's late autumn, but it's really warm, lovely clear air. It's just really nice. Part of the thing is, I just don't like cars. I don't really, there's nothing about them that appeals to me. I like the looks of some cars, but there is nothing about them that I want. There's no car that I'm like, that's my dream car, as it were, as such. I mean, it would more be about its practicality than anything. And if anyone comments, 4 wheels move the body, 2 wheels move the soul, shut up! It's a cliche that's been overdone. Stop it. We need a new one. Are you trying to die? He is definitely trying to die. You know, in this day and age, delivery is free. It's nearly always free. And, you know, when people say things like, well, how would you buy a fridge? How would you buy a freezer? I'd have it delivered. Why would I go to the strife of going and trying to fit a fridge freezer into my vehicle and I can get them to deliver it for me for free? Well, or 30 quid, you know? Yes, it saves you, okay, you've saved 30 quid by paying for a car. It just doesn't work out for me. There are times, like, you know, when it's stormy, I'm like, I would kind of like a car so I could drive down and sit on the beach and, you know, watch the storm. But realistically, how often are you going to do that? It's like these sit-on kayaks they've been selling on the island for a few years now. People buy them, they're about 300-400 quid each. And they think it's a great idea, and they do go, and they do enjoy themselves, but the effort of getting that thing down to the beach, to paddle around, to then know you've got to drag the thing back home again, people just don't find the time to do it, and then they sell them. So there was this massive wave of like them being sold to people, and then a massive wave of them being sold on by those people to other people, and it just kind of every year it goes on. It's almost like they should just rent it. Well, I know where that's come from. And if you're good, I'll take you there and I'll show you the cars. There'll be more of them. Ready for the unnecessary braking. Oh my god. Oh my god, not 3 for 3. This is insane. I have never seen that. These corners, just people brake for them. Always. On every... I mean, they are doing 25. And you can clearly easily get around there at 30. But whatever. I'm impressed they didn't unnecessarily brake. Hang on, does that mean all of their brake lights are out? That could be... Oh no, look, there we go. Braking. Unnecessary braking at that. No, it wasn't. Yes, it was. Check 'em a load. Ah, yes. A little island absolutely full of friggin' trucks because they are destroying it by building houses. Lots and lots and lots of houses in places they shouldn't be. And everyone said no, and they're doing it. Oh, we're getting off the subject. Cars. What else? What else is there about cars? They smell. Well, no. There is a couple of other issues. I am quite a tall chap. I won't say how tall I am. You all know by now. So, fitting in vehicles is a bit of an issue. And another issue is that I have what is known as 10 to 2 feet, otherwise known as pigeon feet. Yes, I have lots of long toes with claws on the end, and I scratch for no. Basically, it means my feet sort of are in a V. Now, because of this, I can't bring my toe tips, the tips of my toes together, like together, like pointing at each other, like an arrow. I can't get that far around with them, but I can sort of do a backward chevron. If you can understand what I'm saying here. Basically, somewhere in my legs or my knees there is a twist, so my feet don't go in a normal straight line, which means that it's very weird for me to try and use the pedals of the car because my feet want to be in they're not straight, basically. My feet don't go straight in my legs. This is so prevalent that when I went about a knee problem after my crash, the doctor was like, oh, that doesn't look right, and I'm like, that's the good leg. And he's like, what, your knees and your feet normally face that direction? I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, fair enough. But that, oh yeah, fair enough, sounded like someone going, oh, there's a lot of smoke coming out of your exhaust there. You sure your head gasket's not gone? And they're like, no, I've got it sorted, put some blue tack on it. And you're like, no, okay, fair enough. That's sort of, fair enough. He is carrying that shirt as it was a small creature, precious to him. It is kind of weird that people were like trying to be a bit snarky about it, like, oh, you don't even have a driving license. Like, I don't. Sorry, doesn't this just make me more of a biker if I just have a bike license? Like I am so not a car driver to the point that I don't even have a license to do it. I mean, let's face it, I haven't got a license and I've written a car off. I am anti-car. I mean, technically, in the same incident, I'll be anti-porch, but I'm not that against porches. They're quite handy. He likes my Coke. Yeah, this place is where that car would have almost definitely come from, because they just sell loads of big American jalopies. I don't know why. People around here obviously want American cars. They are so well suited to our narrow roads. You know, it's just like Texas, known for its narrow, thin, winding country roads. And they're 34 grand. I mean, well, there you go. You've got an old Ford F350 and it's £22,000. And if you're like, oh, Spicy knows old Fords. No, I read it off the side of it. I have no idea. I know a little bit about some cars, but not much. I mean, I know about the mechanics of cars. I know all of that. I mean, you know, from a utilitarian perspective, I've done a little bit of work on cars. I know how most of it all works. I know generally, you know, the methods involved of the way that a car works in the same way I do for a bike. I mean, obviously I know bikes a lot better. You know, if I had to replace a wheel bearing and a couple of ball joints or something like that, easy. I mean, anyone could do that. Again, people with cars definitely don't do that themselves. They tend to go and pay someone else to do it, which is insanity. Well, it's not insanity. If you don't know, you don't know. I don't know. I mean, I didn't go to like college or anything to learn mechanics. I just learned what I learned as I went along. I've ended up working on boat steering systems and God knows what. And the autopilot systems. Anyway, you're getting sidetracked here. Cars. Horrible things. Smelly things. Particularly don't like Ford Fusions. Not very soft when you go through the side of them. See, you don't even have to put your feet down. Even when you're laden up with Coke and shopping, please move. Please move. Let me style this one out. Oh, yeah, and you saw it in the reflection of the van. My feet did not go down. Would you like to... Thanks! Thank you! Please look this way. Thank you! And to those that say, spicy, but don't you need a car? No. And to those people who say, I absolutely need a car, you don't really. Well, actually, no. Of course, to be clear here, if you have a family, if you have a wife, you have that sort of thing, or a business to run, there is nothing you can do. You're going to have 4 wheels and a roof. I'm not in that situation, and I'm not going to be in that situation. I'm going to, I don't have that worry of commitment of needing to be able to transport some meat bags around. Sorry, children. Not allowed to call them meat bags publicly. If you've got anything to add, smash it in the comments. Also, smash the like button. Also, smash the subscribe button. Also, smash the Patreon subscribe button. Also, smash the smash. Yes, the mashed potato. Actually, isn't like smashed a bit disgusting? I much prefer proper mashed potato. I'm not going to the other Tesco's. Shut up. You don't know the local geography. Okay, bye now. Bye-bye.